Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my review of Furari by Jiro Taniguchi. This is a fanfare Ponenmon hardcover release. As with all of their releases, it is a gorgeous book. This one is just really, there's no dust cover, or dust jacket or anything, which I love. It's just a nice kind of off-white sort of color, very simple, front. And as with the other Jiro Taniguchi work that I read, which is The Walking Man, I actually don't think I have anything else by Jiro Taniguchi. They're very expensive works, and every time I look at them, I'm like, I should get that, and then I don't. But Furari is one that I've been looking at for a really, really long time. And it went out of stock for quite a while, and I went, I should have got that. And then when it came back in, I went, you know what, I'm just going to get it. Because this just very simple cover really, really kind of drew me in. And I really did like The Walking Man, and I figured this was a very similar vibe, and I was right. So Furari is set, I don't know what period it's set in, I don't remember, but it's definitely not present day or anywhere close. And this man is our main character, and he is wandering around, basically measuring out the topography of the land in Japan to help assist with making maps. So that kind of gives you an idea of how far in the past this is set, because he is wanting to be a part of mapping out the land of Japan. So he's counting his steps, and he just kind of wanders, and then keeps track of his steps so that he can then kind of report those back to the other team of people who would then work on actually making the maps themselves. So it's really just kind of a look at it's a bunch of short stories, basically little vignettes about this man, and he's walking through different towns, different things. This particular one is called Turtle. We get to meet his wife, who is lovely. And it's just honestly really, really gorgeous artwork, really, really laid back, chilled out, calming energy. There's some beautiful color pages in here that are just stunning. This is the one that's on the back cover. Like, I love walking. I walk easily, on a regular week, about 10 hours a week. I love walking. I love walking around town. I love walking on trails. There's always something new to see, and this is just a really beautifully done story about this man who is walking around with a purpose. He's not walking without purpose, but his job allows him to take in kind of the beauty and the serenity of what's going on around him. There are also times when it's not super serene, and like I think there's one where a thunderstorm hits, and he's running through the torrential rain. But it's just really, really beautiful, and I quite enjoyed it. And I liked the fact that we do meet his wife, and she's very much supportive of his love of what he's doing, while also being like, you do still need to come home. I believe that he is actually retired. Like, I think he's older, and he's doing this because he wants to, not because he's really being paid to do it or anything. And so his wife is trying to remind him that you need to slow down a bit, and spend some time with me, or spend some time at the home, or you're not being paid to do this, so maybe don't do it all day, every day, all the time. But she is still very supportive of what he's doing. She's just trying to look out for him and his health. And yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I very much enjoyed this. I will definitely read this again. I really enjoy the kind of vignette style of it because you know what's going to happen. He's walking, but there's always a little kind of punchline closer to the end of the each individual story, and it's kind of comedic. Like, it's just a funny chuckling sort of thing. Like, you're not laughing out loud at this, but each time you're kind of chuckling to yourself about the random bits of mischief that he's unintentionally getting into, or something funny he's witnessing, or that kind of stuff. And then also, a lot of them just leave you with a really full feeling of just appreciating the world around you. Yeah, and if you're not somebody who's interested in any of that, then you're not going to like this. But I'm somebody who's very interested in that. I really, as an adult, have tried to chill myself out and really appreciate what's in front of me. Which is why, I don't have really, aside from YouTube, have no social media. I don't. I try very hard to not live through my phone or, whatever. I try to be present and see what's in front of me with my own eyes. And this is a story that is for someone like me who really tries to be grateful for what's in front of me and what I have the privilege to see and witness and experience. And it's just a really beautifully kind of packaged story about this man who's just doing what he loves, which is walking around, counting his steps, contributing to something that he thinks is important, or he feels will be important for generations to come, which is, mapping out the country that they live in. And yeah, it's really fun. I quite enjoyed it. And this is not something you read in one sitting. Like, you'll get pretty tired, I think, if you try to read this all in one sitting. So I read it over the course of a few weeks, just reading one or two stories at a time, and just really taking it in and enjoying it. So yeah, if you've read Furari, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I would tell you to recommend me Jiro Taniguchi titles, but I know that they're good. I know that they are. I know that I will love pretty much all of them. I just haven't gotten around to actually purchasing them. So, but for others in the comments, if you want to recommend other Taniguchi titles, or if you have titles that are similar vibe to this that are not by Taniguchi, that I would like to know. But yeah, thanks for watching.